Have you ever felt, on an ordinary day, an inexplicable chill running down your spine? A mysterious presence, almost palpable. According to ancient traditions, the angel of death observes us several times each day, scrutinizing our faces, patiently awaiting the hour designated by the Almighty. Imagine for a moment this majestic and fearsome being whose task is to separate the soul from the body could be right there, invisible to your eyes. But what do we really know about him? How does he accomplish his divine mission? And above all, what will his own destiny be at the end of time? Of the four main archangels, the angel of death remains the most enigmatic, the one we talk about the least. Yet his presence permeates our daily lives. When God entrusted him with the mission of taking souls, the angel naturally worried, "Lord, humans will hate me for this task." The divine response was full of wisdom. "Fear not, I will create various illnesses and accidents. Although it is you who takes their lives, they will attribute their deaths to these causes and not to your intervention." But why was this particular angel chosen for this solemn mission? The story goes back to the very creation of humanity. Before Adam was formed, Allah sent 3 archangels in succession to collect the earth necessary for his creation. Gabriel, Michael, then Raphael. Each time the earth pleaded, "Take nothing from me, for some of my elements could one day burn in hell." Moved by this plea, the 3 angels returned empty-handed. It was then that the angel of death was sent. Despite the pleas of the earth, he carried out his mission with determination. I seek refuge in Allah from the fact of disobeying his order. This perfect obedience earned him a special mission. Since you brought forth the earth to create Adam, you shall also have the task of reclaiming the souls of his descendants. How does he operate? According to ancient accounts, the angel of death commands an army of 5,000 angels. When a person's time approaches, 40 of them are sent to surround them. They infiltrate his veins, his nerves, every part of his body. The extraction of the soul begins with the fingertips, slowly working its way up towards the heart. It is a gradual, methodical process, which ends when the soul reaches the throat, at which point the dying person's eyes become glassy. But how does he know when the time has come for someone? It is said that there is a majestic tree whose leaves each bear the name of a living person. When the leaf turns yellow and falls in front of that person's doorway to the afterlife, the angel of death knows that his time is approaching. The encounters between the prophets and the angel of death are particularly revealing. During his miraculous ascension, the prophet Muhammad was introduced to the angel of death by Gabriel. He is the one who, like the guardians of hell, never smiles, Gabriel explained to him. Intrigued, the prophet asked the angel of death how he managed to take souls while remaining at his heavenly station. The angel then explained his process and revealed his true appearance. Immense and powerful, holding the whole world between 2 fingers, a vision so impressive that the prophet's heart almost leapt out of his chest. 10 years later, the angel of death returned, this time to fulfill his mission to the beloved prophet. Disguised as a Bedouin, he presented himself at his door. Once recognized, the prophet asked to be alone with him. The angel then made him an exceptional offer. "I have come to take back what has been entrusted to me, but I leave the choice up to you." Concerned for the fate of his community, the prophet consulted Gabriel, who reassured him, "The heavens await you. The gates of paradise are open." Soothed, the prophet then accepted, "Take what you have come for." The story of the prophet Idris reveals another fascinating aspect of the angel of death. Curious about the experience of death, Idris asked the angel to temporarily take his soul and then give it back to him. Following this strange experience, he wished to visit hell and then paradise. The angel warned him, "Once in paradise, you will not want to leave." Idris was confident and insisted. After their visit, Idris returned to paradise on the pretext that he had forgotten his shoes and refused to leave. "I have already tasted death and seen hell," he argued before Allah. "Now that I am in paradise, I wish to remain here." His request was accepted, making him a unique case of entry into paradise without final death. The story of the Prophet Solomon illustrates the futility of fleeing one's destiny. A terrified man came to him, telling of having encountered the angel of death who had looked at him strangely. "Send me to India by the wind," he begged. Solomon agreed to his request. That same evening, when he met the angel of death, Solomon asked him about that look. "It wasn't a threat, but astonishment," replied the angel. "I was supposed to take his soul in India that very evening, and I was surprised to see him here in Jerusalem." As for the prophet Moses, his encounter with the angel of death was more tumultuous. Not immediately recognizing the divine envoy, Moses struck him, causing him to lose an eye. The angel returned to Allah to complain about this servant, who refuses to die. Scholars explain that the angel had taken human form, which explains Moses' initial confusion. But what will happen to the angel of death himself? A day will come when he will have taken the lives of all living beings. Then only he and Allah will remain. The Almighty will say to him, "You have given my messengers, my prophets, and all my servants a taste of death. Now it is your turn." The angel, obedient, will place his right hand under his cheek and will give up the ghost between paradise and hell. Allah will then proclaim, "I am the Almighty. Where are your kings? Where are your tyrants?" Then, blowing again into the trumpet, the day of judgment will begin. Death remains a mystery that reminds us of our mortal condition. But rather than fearing the angel of death, let us remember that his mission is divine, noble, and inevitable. He is but the executor of a higher will, performing with precision and devotion the task entrusted to him since the dawn of creation. If this exploration of the mysteries of the angel of death has captivated you, don't hesitate to subscribe to discover other fascinating stories about angels, prophets, and the mysteries of our existence. Each subscription helps to share this knowledge with a wider audience, including those who might find inspiration and comfort in it. May the Almighty protect you and guide you on the right path. We will meet again soon for a new exploration of the divine mysteries.